Thank you. Black history is American history. And here in South Florida, there's always something new to learn about the past.
We're learning new things all the time, and we set out to discover the history behind some of the well-known street names across our area. CBS 4 anchor Jim Barry takes us to Fort Lauderdale's Sistrunk Boulevard.
On a sunny afternoon, Broward native Ezra Baldwin was shooting hoops at the YMCA on Sistrunk Boulevard when we posed this question.
Sistrunk Boulevard, what do you know about the person it's named after?
I'm not too sure if it was named after the number.
The YMCA lobby provides the answer. James Sistrunk was Broward's first black doctor. He delivered more than 5,000 babies. Sistrunk also helped deliver something else, Broward's first black hospital. Why was it needed?
The white doctors did not want to work on black patients.
Provident Hospital opened in 1938, fueled by black anger after a farm truck carrying dozens of black workers overturned near a whites-only hospital.
Wait, they were treated outside the hospital, but not allowed in the hospital?
Not allowed in the hospital, and the doctors wouldn't work on them.
Fellow Dr. Von Mizell joined Sistrunk in co-founding the hospital, along with businesswoman Sylvia Aldridge, who led the fundraising effort.
What can we learn today from what they did?
Innovation. Be innovative and be active.
Provident Hospital remained open until 1965, a year after Sistrunk died. Now, the street where it once stood bears his name. And on the site where the hospital once treated black patients stands the sparkling new YMCA, which opened last year.
Reset TV. What is happening is gravitating away. Say, man, I'm doing some work right now, right? In my advocacy program. And I thought I'd bring up a topic, and I was finding it a little bit difficult what to name this video because it was multiple, topics I wanted to broach, but I think it all funnels down to one thing, and we're gonna get to that. Now, I was asked on a live a couple days ago because I dared to ask a question, right? About what it is that we're doing out here. And people get so caught up in the question, what are you doing for your community, right? People get so caught up. So a specific person asked me, very disingenuously, well, what are you doing? And I told them it's on my channel. Y'all can check it out. I got my nonprofit organization. Regardless of having this organization, is what I do every day, every single day. My professional career has been a sacrifice to help the people of my community, specifically the young folk. And I asked him to go ahead and check it out, and he brushed it off because you want to just lament on all the negativities to make your position more correct than the other, right? So you can feel comfortable in just shitting on the people that are actually at the ground, because you need a savior, you need a leader. So you go after the Tariq Nasheeds of the world, the Dr. Umar Johnsons, and shout out to them, no hate to them, but you need a leader. So you push aside what your average Joe comrades are doing out here. You could care less. But I want to show y'all, as I'm talking, I'm showing y'all the background of a very famous neighborhood in my city called Sistrunk. And Sistrunk, was named after Dr. Sistrunk. Very famous man, born in 1891 or so, died in 1966. He was the first black physician in Fort Lauderdale, opened the first black hospital in Fort Lauderdale. A man of prominence. We even have an African-American library that was spearheaded by the folks who runs the foundations for Dr. Sistrunk. And I'm saying this because I'm sure all of you guys have a black man of prominence or a black woman of prominence where it's a part of a historical black neighborhood. And I'm just, over the years, I'm noticing the gentrification of the neighborhood and the little changes that are now progressing, right? And these are supposedly historical black neighborhoods of people. It's named after people of significance in the black community, and no one bats an eye, right? Watching the changes. And I'm at the point now, I'm not mad at the changes. because you guys didn't want to do nothing with it. As I'm driving around, you see the dilapidated buildings or whatever, and you'll see a mix of, new renovations and old, buildings falling apart. And I remember like 25 years ago, I told everybody around this area, yo, this shit gonna change. And in the surrounding areas, they're building up all these condos and townhomes, buying up property, paying people who lived in their home for 40, 50, 60 years, paying them peanuts to get up out of there so they can, do new commercial properties, etc. And as I'm seeing all of these changes happening on certain historical neighborhoods where usually, once it's deemed to be historical, you're not supposed to touch it, but yet I'm watching all of this change. And I have a question to ask y'all. Because again, I know you guys all have these, figures and neighborhoods in your own communities, right? We've become, before I ask the question, we've become the entertainers to the most entertained. It's just funny. From the cotton clubs, being a performer, going in through the back rooms to perform for these white folks, now we're the biggest entertained group, quite possibly. The people that takes entertainment for the end all. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. But I'm only saddened because there's a lot of you folks that feel satisfied. You get a Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime performance. It was so deep, so symbolic. But I preach about the groundworks because when you get back into these communities, right? These communities that is us. It's changing, folks. It's changing. And it's changing because we ain't give a damn. We ain't give two damns. The same neighborhood that I'm showing y'all in the background, you'll have children, right? That has been murdered, adults, whatever. There's so many different RIP spots here. I used to hang here, you feel me? So many RIP and balloon location memorials, as they call it. Candlelit memorial, all this stuff. Just death. Took your cities for granted, took your neighborhoods for granted, took your prominent, figures for granted. For instance, there's a Martin Luther King everything in every black neighborhood. I don't care if it's a school, high school, elementary school, middle school, street, avenue, etc., park, library. You take it for granted. We just built up a new YMCA, state of the art, built so nice. And you know what's the first thing that I thought of? And it's sad. They about to fuck this up. Already less than a year built. Millions of dollars poured in, by the way. Great for the youth, right? You got druggies hanging out over there. Nobody telling them shit. You got people smoking around there. Already spray painting their so-called streets, cliques and sets, symbols on the walls. I saw a lady throwing a bubblegum wrapper on the ground, and I had a group, and we came over there to politic about our next move, our next initiative with these youth. And all I asked the lady was like, why did you have to throw that down there? Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry, I got interrupted. But I asked the lady, why did you have to throw that on the ground? I picked it up now, but I asked her, she just rolled her eyes. The apathy that I see y'all have for each other, you glorify these celebrities. You love to be entertained. I mean, shout out to our black celebrities, but are they really the pivotal factors in our lives, right? Us average folks that are here every day. You don't salute the men and women doing the work. This is why I like to show y'all what I do. You don't salute the average man and woman doing the work on the boots, on the ground. But you'll glorify Kendrick Lamar. Entertainment, again, entertainment. And that satisfies you. We've become the biggest entertainers and the biggest group that's entertained. I don't care how many white folks and Hispanic and people around the world you think loves entertainment, nobody loves entertainment more than black folks. How else could you justify what you're watching in your neighborhoods? It's gonna change. We got an area in our west part of South Florida, used to be swamplands, right? I just left a trip taking the youth to the Everglades because I thought it was great historical significance of teaching them this stuff because they live in Florida. Florida is a very, very important state to this union. And I'm breaking it down, showing them where all the black folks were living on a swampland. Swampland. Forget the whole gator bait thing, which was a real thing, by the way. Babies being used as gator bait. But these people, you give them anything, they survive. That's a powerful group of people, right? Living on a swampland full of gators, water, nothing surrounding, and making a living. And I'm showing these kids, and they were just so like inspired. And just to come back home and see nobody cleaning up their streets, because I got the kids going around picking up trash or whatever. Nobody, telling them thank you or nothing. This is just pure apathy. I don't know if it's a trauma, right, that has never been healed, because I know that's a part of it. It's a mental component to it, historically at least. But all the excuses we will keep using will be our downfall. And I just thought I'll share that with us, man. Gentrification is happening in a lot of our historical cities and neighborhoods. And I don't know if I'm ashamed or feel self-respect for saying, and this is an oxymoron, but for saying, I don't know if I care. I don't know if I care. Sooner or later, the energy and the passion that you have for your people, sometimes you're numb. You become numb like they're numb. Because you're watching all of this change, y'all. And I just, again, want to keep reiterating this question. Are we the most entertained and the most entertainers? That's a double-edged sword, man. While we're laughing and feeling so content with what we see, especially the power and the importance we give to our black celebrities versus everybody on the ground. Even to yourselves, by the way, because you should be your own leaders. Will this come back and bite us in the ass? Because I think it is. I think it is. They're investing millions in these neighborhoods. And I remember being a young dude, right? Ain't nobody was investing shit over here. Now you're watching a Starbucks, I'm dead serious, a Starbucks being built up. Different commercial businesses being built up. And I used to be angry about it until I realized, man, there's been nothing but death in these parts. Sheer apathy, people not giving two F's about what goes on here. You damaging and littering your own city and neighborhoods, treating it like shit. And I just wonder, do we deserve this? Do we deserve this? So again, if you're going through some of this in your own communities, let me meet you in the comment section, man. But it's embarrassing. But it's not just him. It's like all the black entertainers are here to dumb y'all down, keep you content, cut off that fire that should be in you about making a change. You're like, nah, we got Kendrick. We got such and such. Look, they're on halftime Super Bowl shows. We doing okay. We all right. We good. We ain't going through nothing. And you push this down our children's throats. But if you're doing anything that I'm doing or anything closely remotely to reaching out to a few good men and women and taking them with you on a team and talking to our young youth, right? And teaching them about the historical meanings of their neighborhoods and the figures that we no longer talk about. There are people living right here in the neighborhood of Sistrunk in Fort Lauderdale, and they don't know why this neighborhood is called Sistrunk. Meaning, even for y'all and y'all neighborhoods that y'all living in, you don't even know why your neighborhood is called what it's called. You don't know the significance of it, the importance of it. Maybe it would boost up your self-esteem about where you live and you'll take better care of it, but they don't even know. But they tell you about all our black celebrities, the drama that goes on. I mean, damn. Maybe I made this video to vent a little, but it just bothered me because I talked to a city developer, right? And they're telling, and I remember this again 25 years ago. I remember some white guys talking about this, but recently I talked to a city developer, and I'm sure this is going on in your neighborhoods. And these folks don't talk about 5-year plans, guys. They talk about 20, 30, 40-year plans. And he showed me what this neighborhood will look like. It's already changed significantly over the last 20 years. But in the next 10 to 15 years, all these folks that didn't want to lend a helping hand in us changing this, all these folks that could have boosted the equity of the properties around here, that didn't take it serious, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. Everybody that's out west in those swamp lands, those white folks want to move over here because we got everything here. Our hospitals, our beaches, we got everything here. Commercial businesses, we got everything here, and they're gonna move us all out one by one. Again, I'm sure some of you guys are already, hip to this. It's going on in your own communities. But for my community here in Fort Lauderdale, specifically talking to the Sistrunk neighborhood, you're gonna realize why you should have gave a damn. So while we're being the best entertainers and the most entertained, the world moves on. Let me meet you in the comment section. You let me know what you think about all of this. If you're new to my channel, tap in, Spike Lee that joint, do the right thing and subscribe, y'all. But this is very pivotal and important, man. Very pivotal and important. Why you giving praise? I seen people, right? If you even critique any of our black celebrities, I seen people that want to come for your head. The same people that won't even have that same fire to defend the black folks out here on the ground going through hell every day. But you will go out there, right? You will put yourself out there for our black celebrities that they're giving you, symbolism. Nothing concrete. But us every day trying to make a change, you shit on us. So yeah, man, just a little frustrated. But I'll never turn my back on my folks. I still bet on black, but sometimes you gotta have tough love. But what say y'all? Let me meet you in the comment section. I'ma holler at y'all.